Now, we are in a tough market when it comes to finding inventory. I have agents going, I've got 5 buyers. Should I continue to find buyers? Well, my response was, it's always good to find more clients. However, how about we find some houses? So let me talk about a few ways that you can find houses. So I'm going to call this creating inventory or spinning straw into gold, where we find inventory that isn't readily apparent. So agents, most of us are lazy. We're going to go right to the MLS because it's easy to set up a search and have a bunch of emails spit out to us with whatever comes on the market. And then it's a sprint to put that offer in, get it over, and get it accepted. Well, most of us aren't sprinting; it's a marathon, and so we're just trying to keep going forward, one step at a time, and take our clients across the finish line. So let me talk about some ways that I find property and my team finds properties, and it's done hundreds and thousands of times. So if you've got a client who's looking at, let's say, a specific area, a specific price range, go knock that area. Go knock doors. Less than 1% of agents will knock doors, according to NAR, a statistic that I read a few years ago. I have done a lot of transactions by knocking doors. It's pretty simple. Hi, I'm Randall. I've got a buyer that wants a house in your neighborhood. Have you thought about selling? Or if I want it, hi, I'm Randall. I want to buy a house in your street. Have you thought about selling? So typically I'll do that. And so we knock doors and we ask people, are they interested in selling? Because this is a face-to-face business. And maybe their house will work for our client and maybe it won't. But if it doesn't, then we have the opportunity to list the property as well. At the very least, it's getting us out there in front of people. So on average, I've averaged about 1 good appointment for every 3 hours of door knocking. I think I'm pretty good at it, but a lot of other guys have done the same thing. So 2 of my agents knocked last week. One got 1 client, another one got 2. So you can do this to find homes for your buyers or to drum up some inventory in a really tough market. Okay, so number 2, you can actually reach out to other agents because surprisingly, a lot of agents have stuff coming on the market. We had one this week that was coming on the market. Agent says, I think I'm going to list this house. And I said, great. Can my clients take a look at it and put an offer in on it? And the answer was, of course. It was $317,000, a price range that's a little bit tough. And so our clients put an offer in on, put it under contract before it ever hit the MLS. So you can call, text, email, whatever, but I'm a one-on-one kind of guy. So I prefer calling. So I would reach out and call those agents and ask if they have anything, especially one that might work a certain neighborhood. If they're in a, predominantly strong in that area, you might want to call and ask them, see what they have coming up. The third way is networking. So reach out to your SOI, the 250 people that they say everybody knows. Reach out to them and say, hey, I've got these clients, they're looking for a house in this area, this price range, etc. Are you aware of anything that might be available? And you'll be surprised what happens, okay? Another way is Facebook. So I actually ran an ad. I had one of my clients looking for a home up in Mount Olympus or Olympus Cove area, which is kind of a smaller area up on the east side of the valley. And so I posted on Facebook and said, I'm looking for a client that's got, looking for a house up in Mount Olympus, preferably on the north end of Mount Olympus. What do you have? Well, I actually had 2 people that within an hour or 2 contacted me and said, call me. I've got something. And there are 2 properties that were not listed on the MLS. So again, you can put it out there on Facebook. Investors. So there's a lot of investors out there. There's a lot of investors that are doing what they call wholesaling. Many times those properties can be amazing deals for your clients, especially in today's market. And your clients can pay more than an investor will pay for them. And so their chances of winning or getting an accepted bid or a winning offer are much, much higher. You can find those by going to the Salt Lake Real Estate Investors Association. You can attend those meetings, www.slreia.com, or reach out to an investor and see about networking with some of their investors and seeing about getting on some wholesaling lists. So these are just a few ways that you can find property and drum up business. You could get really creative and do maybe a sticky note and have it put on the windshield of cars at Smith's or Walmart's or anywhere else. I haven't done that one for probably 8 years, but I think we got a few deals off of that. But if you are somebody who doesn't mind working hard, there's a lot of ways to drum up inventory where it doesn't seem to exist, or spin straw into gold and make some money for yourself and have a happy client. Once again, my name is Randall Wall, branch broker with Equity Real Estate. I am the investor broker and have been in the top 1% of agents for many years myself. I understand the business. I understand how to help you build your business and do it all for $4.99 a transaction. Have a wonderful day.